Man, it is cold today down here in Florida. It's about 40 degrees or so. As mentioned, I do work in the office, so I'm going to try to give a little day in the life of a BDM. This is about my first full month or so. I'm supposed to be hitting the phones, making some calls, making some connections, making some call sheets, as well as identifying some personas in which I want to pursue. So stay tuned. I just had to bun up a little bit, even down here in Tampa, Florida. But stay tuned, and looking forward to showing you guys a day in the life as a BDM in tech sales. Let's go.
You requested it, so we rewound.
All right, guys, so this is the city here. It's called Midtown. It's pretty nice. Everything's new. They're still doing construction over here. My office is up there. Pretty nice, restaurants. These are all townhouses and condos and stuff like that. A lot of people usually, you know, it's busier during out the day. Let's see here. I'm a little heavy walker, so I'm gonna try to walk a little smoother. Still some construction going on in here too as well. A little fancy, for the most part. So it's nice though, nonetheless, So heading up. Cool thing, it's electronic to get in the building. Just push a button, and we in that thing. All right, so we're up here on my floor. There's still construction going on, as you can see. The ground and stuff like that, for the most part. But I'm usually the first one here, and I actually open up the office if the VP is not here. Not sure if anybody is here just yet, but we'll see. Nobody's here. Here's my key to get in the damn office. Kind of cool though, actually. I think I take a lot of pride with opening the office. So, okay, we're in here. It's hump day. I got to make it productive. Little lobby area for the secretary we do not have yet. I'm in Tampa, of course. Interview room, another office or whatnot. But it's kitchen. This is standard little setup in here. Don't want to show too much. And I have my section over here, and usually it's only 3 people max in the office per week. So I can't really complain about that personally. So first thing I usually like to do is to get my mind right, listen to like podcasts and stuff like that. But since I'm going to be vlogging, I don't have the opportunity to do that just yet. So I like to, get in, check my emails. And from there, I like to, go over my list and follow up with calls and things of that sort and see where I'm at. And then I'll get on the calls. The calls can be long, they can be short. Probably not the funnest thing to show you guys, but just wanted to give you some perspective of what I'm doing. And just with that being said is, in my role as a business development manager, if you all have done any kind of tech sales boot camp to be a SDR or a BDR, I'm a BDM, a business development manager. So the SDR is a position in which that they're, hitting the phones a lot, and they're ultimately putting meetings on their AE's, account executives' calendar. The BDR is somewhat similar, well, they're pretty much similar to that. They're, look for the book of business, and they're putting it over to the AE so they can close it. Me as a BDM, I do both the SDR, BDR, and the AE position essentially. So my position is slightly different than what you've learned or will learn in the course, but it's very similar and very transparent, and it overlaps a lot in terms of terminology, in terms of, making calls. And if you're an AE, you'll know about, actually closing and getting that book of business. So just wanted to give you some insight in terms of what I do specifically. I'm not a SDR or a BDR. I'm also not an AE. I'm essentially both of them. So stay tuned to the day and go from there. All right, welcome back. I logged in, checked some emails, went down my call list and things of that sort. Please bear with me if this microphone keeps hitting my jack. I'm gonna take it off here shortly, but it is cold down here right now, so if it's a little staticky, please bear with me. I checked my emails and things like that and wanted to follow up with where I left off yesterday, the voicemails that I did, the calls that I did, the connections that I did online through Zoom Info, through Bullhorn, and through LinkedIn. Follow up with those as well already and made a couple of calls. Again, I didn't want to really show you guys that per se due to the fact that there's information in there that I do not want to share, and it can be a little boring to do so, but share my screens a little bit here so I can show you a little bit what I got going on. It's a huge call list that I've created myself, looking at Zoom Info and things of that sort. So this is very standard stuff in here in the office. And again, I come into the office every day because I get an opportunity to work directly with my VP, and it's very hands-on. He's currently out right now in some meetings, so it's just literally me here in this big office by myself, so I can be as loud as I want, play the music I want to, just be myself. I generally am myself in the office as well. The environment is very energetic, it's fun, everybody's peaceful and open, so I do like the culture here, as well as everyone else who does work remotely. I'm just subsequently very close to the office. I can technically walk here, so therefore I'm in the office every day. Plus I feel like I can expedite my experience or my learning capabilities when I'm in the office, hands-on, and I just get more done here at work. So I'm gonna sit down here at my wonderful chair here. We have these awesome stand-up desks. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. It feels good, looks good, sees good. So anyways, one thing I wanted to touch bases on was I wanted to let everyone know that we put a lot of work in trying to get these tech roles and things of that sort. But I just want to do a friendly reminder and inform that everyone that the work still does start when you get that role. So although you put in a lot of work up front, there's a lot of work that needs to be done on the back end, and just go all in. Go all in on yourself. There's usually no one, as you can see, over my shoulders or anything like that. Nobody telling me, hey, you have to hit the phones and stuff like that today. You're essentially going to be running your own business within a business, at least in my role I am. And the work that I put in now is going to, show later. So if I'm not working my ass off now, then my future, commission checks on top of my salary are going to show. So I have to put in this work now. I have to go double time now as well, because the end of the year gets a little slow. As we all know, if you're an SDR or an AE or something like that, and you were this past December or the beginning of January or November during the holiday season, a lot of people are in and out. Some people don't make calls then. Some people do encourage to make extra calls during that time of year because they feel like, hey, you're doing a job in which that other people are not doing, so you might get lucky. But for the most part, people are in and out. People are on vacations, taking their families and friends to places and things of that sort. As you know, it's the holidays. You're in, you're out, you're not working, you're taking a lot of time off generally. But what I'm getting at is that I have to put in double time now, because by next year, where my goals are, it's going to get slow again. So if I'm thinking accordingly ahead of time, knowing that it's going to slow down, put in the work now, and then my results will, at least match what's going to happen at the end of the year, and I'll be fine in terms of, reaching my goals or my end number or wherever it is I'm trying to accomplish. So just thinking ahead and getting after it. And to go back to what I was saying is that, nobody's holding your hand in terms of, hey, you have to do this, you have to do that. So it's up to you and your determination, your drive, and how much money you want to make, essentially, how you want to change your life, your future life, your family's life, your situation, or whatever it is. You have to do that work, and nobody's like, hey, go to work, So just want to do a friendly reminder, get into, tech or tech sales and get into sales or any kind of role. Don't forget that, hey, the real work starts when you do officially come into that role. And for me is that I'm very hard on myself, but that some people say I overdo it, but I think that being hard on myself has allowed me to elevate where I am in life now, because I need to give myself breathing room. Granted, I do have to sometimes step back, take a deep breath, slow down on speaking, as you can see here, and appreciate the things that I do have. But also I gotta, in hindsight, I gotta remember that I gotta put the work in to still do what I gotta do and want to do to live the life that I want. I have my own personal goals and dreams and stuff like that. I have things that I want to accomplish. So the only way I can accomplish those things is if I do the work, because I have a thing that I usually say at all my end of my videos is like, nobody's handing out your goals, nobody's handing out your dreams, and nobody's handing out, nice paychecks to people who are not working for them. So long story short, if you wanted to, get into tech sales or anything in the tech side, the easiest way to do it is to join Course Careers, link in description. Use my 50% or $50 off discount, which is TimB50. It's the easiest way, simplest way, smoothest way to transition into sales, to expedite your career. If you're working a job or a dead-end job or something you're just not happy with, you want to transition, you want to work remotely, you want to work hybrid, you want to work in an office or in an environment where everybody's eating, everybody's supportive and stuff like that, and they want to see you win as a team, I mean, join it. Why not? Just take the leap, And if it's not for you, it's not for you. But guess what? It might be a stepping stone for the next portion of your life and what you want to achieve. So just know that you got to work for wherever it is, unless you're one of those people which had the beautiful, perfect life where your family had worked hard and stuff like that, and they hand you out something. And there's nothing wrong with that, because I'm working my ass off so I can allow my family to, have that ability and capabilities and flexibility to be more comfortable in life and stuff like that. So if you're the person, the breadwinner in your family, start now, to start something. And again, if you find out that it's not for you, get into that position, leverage it so you figure out what you're going to do now. But at least do it, because if you want to change your situation and it's not ideal for you, you can at least get into something that's paying salary and you have an upside to it if you're working your butt off. And if you find out that's not for you for after a year or two or something like that, transition to something that's better, or keep doing your research. I'm a student to the game. I'm always looking for better opportunities and things like that. Not saying I'm leaving an employee, but I'm always looking at ways to make more revenue streams. So again, it's a brief day in the life of me as a BDM now and in my tech sales role. It is very, once again, like I said before, it is very, it's a lot of, dialing and pounding the phones and stuff like that. So it's not really the funnest thing to show, but I just wanted to give some insight in terms of how things are. So if you have any questions, just leave a comment, like and subscribe if you want. If not, just, watch. And I'm going to try to be as transparent as possible and show as much information I possibly can when I'm making these videos about my tech sales journey. I'm also going to be having some videos in terms of my business loan brokerage and giving insight and advice on people how to start a business, as well as give some insight in terms of how to obtain funding for your businesses, motivation and things of that sort. So anyways, it's Tim B here. This is my tech journey, and this is my life essentially, and this is just a day in life as a BDM, and it's fun, So I'm very, very happy to be here. I'm very happy that I did take the leap and transitioned a little bit to something that I feel like is more my vibe. Even though it is a challenge, I don't technically have tech sales experience, but I'm getting taught that. The course has also given me that leg up to learn different things or how the role works. I'm being trained as well, So if I can do it, you can do it. Even though my background's a little different, there's people, like I said in the last video, there's people who don't even remotely close have the background that I have in no college, and they've made it. So just do what you got to do. Take that leap, join Course Careers. There's a link in the description with a $50 off discount using my name, TimB50. So happy hump day, and hope to make more videos to show you guys. Peace.
You requested it, so we rewound.